Very good evening and welcome to BCN News. The Health Department will continue to roll out their public measles vaccination program, aiming to vaccinate all residents on the island. Those that have not been immunized or have incomplete vaccination are advised to visit the hospital to receive treatment. To date, since their program started, more than 300 frontline staff, including medical staff, have received booster shots. Currently, there are no confirmed cases of measles on the island.
There's none as we know, and as you've seen also on the news, I think, we have staff. We have started our airport surveillance activities as of last Friday and again today. So every plane, until further notice, we will have health staff up at the airport. And it's not just about filling out a form, it's about observing people who come off, and some people may not be honest enough to tick that they have symptoms, but just by having a presence up there and observing people, we can also just, raise people of interest for us to put on our watch list for the next few weeks. But it's all in an effort to make sure measles isn't introduced, even though we have had it in the past.
The last measles outbreak in Niue was in 1994 with about 20 cases, and the highest number of cases recorded of the measles outbreak in Niue was in 1991 with more than 120 cases reported.
So there are pockets of people in the population that we don't have enough information on. What we do know is that when you carry out herd immunity or herd immunization, means that everyone gets covered, it's much harder for the disease to spread. And because we cannot immunize everyone, there are some people in the population who we cannot immunize, especially children under the ages of 12 months. In order to protect those children, we've got to make sure that everyone else is immunized.
Awareness videos on measles are currently being broadcasted on TV Niue and messages on Radio Sunshine as part of the Health Department's awareness campaign.
Over the weekend, we issued our second health notice, and that's just to let people know of our efforts in terms of trying to prevent the introduction and spread of measles to Niue. We have another 1,000 doses of measles rubella vaccine that we're expecting from UNICEF, and hopefully it comes on this plane. Basically, our goal, as directed also from our minister, we had a meeting prior to this campaign, and we decided to try and go for a full immunization of the population, and so that's our main goal. We've been working with WHO as well as UNICEF to ensure that that's safe to do for the population, and that's why we have this backing, and we are going to just keep going that way and try and cover everyone as much as we can.
Construction works of the new fala building at the Halamahanga began today, following the official groundbreaking ceremony this morning. The Premier Sir Toke Talangi officiated at the site with a prayer and blessing by the President of the Ecclesia, Reverend Vili Kamupala Viviani. This is what the new fala will look like, as shown here on this plaque, which was unveiled at the site this morning. According to the contractors, the groundworks have been completed and they are set to proceed with the construction of the building. The design of the new fala incorporates both the assembly and the cabinet buildings together. The new parliament plans will include a steel-enforced 3-level building able to withstand Category 5 natural disasters. The project manager, Api Fiso, had told BCN News in an earlier interview that the development has an estimated cost of $5 million. Majority of the cost, Fiso said, is being funded by the New Zealand government. Fiso also said the new fala construction will take about 60 weeks to complete. A crucial meeting of the regional telecommunications leaders has approved the final stages of planning for the installation of the Manatua cable. The new optical fiber submarine cable will span the South Pacific, transforming speed, capacity, resilience, and affordability. The 6 landings will be in Tahiti and Bora Bora in French Polynesia, Rarotonga and Aitutaki in the Cook Islands, Apia, Samoa, and Niue. It is the first fiber connectivity to Niue and the Cook Islands. The cable is already in the region following manufacture in New Hampshire, USA by submarine cable industry leader Subcom, who was successful in the extensive supplier selection process held in 2018. Transfer of the 3,700-kilometer cable from the delivery freighter Thurco Liver onto specialist cable laying vessel Subcom Reliance is currently underway. Cable lay operations will commence in Samoa in November, Niue and Cook Islands in December, and finish in French Polynesia in January 2020. The meeting marked the culmination of 12 months of intensive consortium efforts overseeing technical design, manufacture, performance validation, marine survey, and contractual compliance to ensure the cable will perform to expectations over its 25-year life. In parallel, the consortium has been readying itself for the start of operational service in June 2020. 120 children have received dental treatment from the visiting team of dentists from Wellington. Kate Fuge, Clinical Director of Wellington Regional Dental Service, worked with the local dental team on the outreach program.
We've been seeing the dental team, the Niue dental team, and myself have been going through and seeing all the children from 0 to 6. So we've been to the play centres in the villages, and we've been to the creche, and we've been to the ECE, and we've been to the primary school, and we've seen the Year 1 children. We've examined them all, so we know we'll get an idea about how much decay is in that population. And we've also applied some fluoride varnish, which is it's a preventive measure. So when we put fluoride varnish on twice a year on children's teeth, it helps reduce decay. So it goes in conjunction with what the parents are doing at home, so brushing their kids' teeth and giving them water to drink. And us putting fluoride on twice a year will just support them and help give the children's teeth a better chance of being decay-free.
Parents are being advised to maintain their children's oral health.
Children who eat a traditional diet and just drink water and plain milk generally won't get any dental decay, and so it's really preventable. The minute we start giving our kids sugary drinks, they start getting dental decay, and there's so many other things that sugary drinks aren't good for. It's not good for our health in general, and so I guess I wanted to come over and provide some sort of support to getting people to cut down on their sugary drinks.
Ray Finlay, the former business development manager and CEO of the Niue Chamber of Commerce, left Niue yesterday after serving in this role for almost 3 years. Finlay has moved to Alice Springs in Australia to take up her new role as the manager for economic development for the state government of the Northern Territory. Ray Finlay has contributed substantially to the development of the private sector during her tenure as the business development manager and CEO of the organization. She says that the most rewarding part of the role is assisting the local businesses one-on-one and getting to know them and help them improve their businesses. Since she had joined the Chamber of Commerce, businesses have benefited from a variety of training and workshop opportunities. Some of these include financial, customer services, and business planning workshops delivered by her and the staff, as well as the diversity of other courses offered by visiting trainers. Finlay was instrumental in relocating the Niue Chamber offices from the old Treasury building in downtown Alofi to the new Swanson premises in Whanokula. She told BCN News this move was a game changer, making it so much easier for business people to come to them for assistance. Ida Hekesi from the board of the Chamber of Commerce said that Ray's personal engagement with the business owners, government officials, and senior government leaders was one of her best attributes in the role. She represented Niue very well at regional meetings, and she will be missed for her contribution to the private sector as well as her community work. Ray was instrumental in the introduction of the first ever tourism promotional tool, the Go Niue app, which is a first for Niue tourism and the private sector. Ida said Ray was just an all-rounder hard worker. Ray will be missed by the many business owners as well as the community for her contributions to Niue, such as the Christmas on the Rock event last year and her work to assist the rock vets with their work on the island. And finally, the Prince of Wales, Charles, and the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, arrived in Auckland to great pomp, but a group of Niuean dancers and a 97-year-old return service woman stole the show on the first day of the royal visit to New Zealand. The Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall made a first appearance of their week-long tour on Monday morning, laying a wreath at Mount Roskill War Memorial Park in Auckland South. The park recognizes the contribution of troops from Niue who fought alongside New Zealanders in World War I. Dorothy Sietu, one of the leaders of the Niue RSA New Zealand, said she was filled with joy to see the royal couple in the flesh. Sietu presented a traditional sheet to the royal couple before heading inside for a party. And that's BCN News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Do join us same time tomorrow. Until then, have a good evening.